In this lesson, we're going to work with the browser. We're going to take a look at working with the browser in two different ways. The first way, the application will just launch a new browser window with a URL that we've chosen. We might want to do that to offload our application with some sort of content that we have in the web, but it's not necessarily required to be within the application. The second way is to actually show a web view within the application. That will show the browser completely within the application's framework. That might be used in a kiosk application where you want to show the user the web pages, but you don't want to allow them to use the address bar or to change the application so that it gets out of the mode and people just start browsing Google or whatever. So we'll take a look at those two. Our application is pretty simple, just a button for each. And here's the activities. And the activities are also very simple. On our browser click, we create an intent with an action view and just the URI we want to browse to. I might make a little bit mention of this action view. We've seen it before, but it's one of the overrides for creating a new intent, and all we're saying is for the intent that we want to do this action, which is a view action. Basically, we want to display whatever we're putting in the second parameter, which is in this case the URI. It's up to the device to choose what application it uses to display that URI. In our case, it's the browser. Once we've created that intent, we just start the activity with that intent. For the web view, we have a web view control. You might not have noticed it, but it's this control here which fills up the rest of the page. And in the XML, just very simply, a web view, and at this point, for the default, I've set its visibility to invisible. The button click simply sets its state to visible and loads the Google URL. Now, a web view isn't going to have an address bar or a back button or any of that kind of thing, which is why it's actually good for a kiosk sort of application, because it controls what the user can do. So the user essentially has to stay on course of the website that you're sending them to. So let's take a look at these running. And first we're going to launch the browser. And you can see it's opened up to Google, but it does indeed have the full browser window. So I can actually type in a new address. And if I click on the menu, I have the full settings to go to bookmarks, go on other pages, and do all sorts of other things. This might be appropriate for some applications, but not for others. And here's our web view. Again, browses to Google, but no menus, no control, no back button. So there's really not a whole lot the user can do to get off course. So that's how to work with a browser in our application.